Hi. Hi, it's Donna, also known as Rhapsody Blue. Welcome to my episode number 15. Thank you very much for being my fan, and I appreciate all your support throughout the months. I started back in October, and wow, time's gone by, huh? All right, today is the May 5th, Cinco de Mayo. And Mother's Day is this weekend, and my mom always told me, wait till exactly on Mother's Day to plant your plants, okay? Because they're going to die before that. Just wait patiently. So that's what I got to do. I got to wait, and it's driving me nuts. But thank God today, the gorgeous day it was today, it's beautiful. So I did some cleaning up outside, and that's always fun, and it's nice. But the weather's been so bad. April was, oh my God, not only the lockdown, from the coronavirus, but the weather was awful. Oh my God. I don't know what that was all about, but I'm glad it's over. I'm sure you feel the same way. Okay, so that's that, and I'll be starting a dance lesson on Thursday, and private dance lessons online, and I'm looking so forward to that. I just can't wait. So I want to get back in shape for the summertime, and just build up my stamina. It'll be nice. I love dancing, so it's been a long time. I've been overweight for too long, and it's really, there's no excuse for it. Okay, on with the show. I'll see you at the end of the show. You have a good time now. Okay, thank you. I need your love. I got to have. Oh, it's sick. I need your love. I need your love. oh, I need your love. Oh yeah, I need your love. Got to have, I got to have. Got to have your love. In the evening, folks. By Led Zeppelin. Love it. Okay, now I used to have my very last car I ever owned was a 1980 Pontiac Phoenix 4-door. I loved this car. It was a car that I always wanted to get in 1980. But unfortunately, it was like 1997 when I got the car. So, it was perfect paint job. Ask me how the paint job was perfect. I have no idea. It was original. It was eggshell white. And it was the most beautiful car. Good, solid steel car. It was like the last steel cars they made that had chrome bumpers, and it had the original tires, the original hubcaps. The thing was immaculate, and it started right up. I actually got a friend from my cousin to go out there and look at it. It was right in my neighborhood, parked. He says, "Damn, this is a good car." He was revving the accelerator, and no knocks, no pins, no nothing. And I bought it. It was $150. I couldn't believe it. So I bring the car home, and I had it for like 2 years. The only reason why I had it for only 2 years is because every other month something went wrong with the car. Something expensive went wrong with the car, and I always had to bring it in to my mechanic that was a friend of the family's. And it got to the point where I had to buy new tires. 2 years went by, I had to get new tires, and I'm like, no, this ain't gonna work. I'm not gonna keep this car. I have to sell it. So I put a for sale sign on it. Nobody wanted it for a while, and then I just asked my mechanic. I said, you want this car? I'll sell it to you. You want my car? I don't know what to do. I'll have to get rid of it. He goes, I don't want that piece of crap. He's been working on it, and you don't want the piece of crap. So I sold it to a junk dealer. They gave me $50 for it. And that's the last time I owned a car. Man, that car was something else. Oh. So I'm just thinking about getting another car. I don't know. I found a few in town, but who wants to pay for the maintenance? I mean, really. If I can't get a new car, and I never had a new car, then what's the use, you know? So that's the stories. I hope you enjoyed them. Alright, I'll get back to you soon. Thank you. Okay, hi, I'm back. Back in black. It's sad. I bet you know I'm glad to be back. Yes, I'm breaking loose from the noose. They gotta catch me if they want me to hang around. Oh, AC/DC. Okay, love it. Love that band. One of my favorites of all time. Anyway, okay. Now, stories about my car. Just one story about my Pontiac Phoenix, and the other story is completely about driving. Okay. Anyway, okay, getting back to my Pontiac Phoenix. My sister and I used to drive around the corner a couple blocks away from my house, go to 7-Eleven and get a Big Gulp. We loved Big Gulps, Pepsi, Diet Pepsis we used to get. So it was the summertime, and we pull up to the 7-Eleven. We both get out of the car and we get our Big Gulps at the machine. Pay for them. We come back out. And I locked the door, and I had to get my keys out of my purse. So I put the Big Gulp on the roof of the car over the front door and over the driver's door. And I unlocked the car. My sister got in her end. And I just had to make sure that she got in okay. And so I got in my end, and then I drive away. And I look at the front door of the store, and the guy's going like this to me. He's going like this. And I wave. So we go down the driveway. We go down the road. We cross over some intersections, get to the house. Finally, we get to the house, and I stop the car, take the keys out of the ignition, and I realized I don't have my Big Gulp. It's gone. I'm looking all over the car for it. And I said, oh my gosh, did I leave it in the store? So I get out of the car, and my brother is over there talking to my mom, and he's looking like this, and he goes like that. And I didn't know why he did that. So I get out of the car and I look, and there's the soldier. My mother used to call them soldiers, the Big Gulps, standing ever so eloquently over my head on the roof of the car. It didn't even fall over. And it drove probably about 3/4 of a mile too, and it was still there. Ask me. I don't know. Okay, now, when I took my road test when I was 17, I took driving very seriously. I always loved, as you know, my last show, I told you how much I used to love driving. And so it was time to take the road test. Now, I took driver's ed in school, I took private lessons. It was during the winter time, so I used to take all these kind of lessons and practice and stuff like that. And so the day came where I had to take the test, and I had to drive from my house. The car that I took was the private school car. So she came with me, and we drove her car from the driver's school to the said destination, which was in Centereach. Now, okay, mind you, it's a blizzard, okay? There's about 2 feet of snow on the ground, and from my house to Centereach was about 45-minute drive, and they didn't cancel. But what they didn't realize, I kept it on the hush-hush until now, and all my fans could know this. Only my family members knew this. All my fans could know this, that Centereach was where I lived from when I was born till I was 12 years old. And they asked me to meet them behind the 7-Eleven, the block behind the 7-Eleven on this road that was probably about a mile from my old house. I was raised in that area, and they wanted me to take a driving test in a foreign place. That's what they do. They assign you the test where you don't know the roads. But I knew it like the back of my hand. And I take the test. It was perfect. I got there in all that snow, a blizzard. I took the test, and I passed on the first time. Oh, that was wonderful. That was a great feeling. Hopefully you guys will get as lucky as I was with that, man. So, yeah, so I had to take the road test again during Hurricane Sandy. I let my license expire. It was the time to get it renewed, and there's too much going on, and I just let it expire, and now I have to go through the whole process again. I took the learner's permit last August 2019, and I passed it the first time, and now I have to take the 5-hour course because I'm not in school anymore, so I have to take the 5-hour course from a private school. But I have to wait because this coronavirus, the DMV isn't letting people take the courses. We have to wait a couple more weeks, so I was hoping to do it as soon as possible, but now I gotta wait. Okay, that's the scenario here. Hope you enjoyed my little stories. Okay, see you later. Hi again. Okay, now when I was at Stony Brook University studying Russian studies, it was my major. I was there studying for 2 years, and I decided to take a break from my studies and pursue an opportunity that I got from a friend of mine, a modeling photographer. He told me that he knew of a club in the city at the Minskoff Theater that were holding auditions for a private dance company called the New York Dancing Broadway Cheerleaders. And he said, just go. He said, just go there. The auditions, he told me when to go for the audition. And he said, you'll get the job. It's no problem. I was like, wow, this is unbelievable. Go to the city. It's guaranteed. I guess he must have known someone. But it happened. I went there, and I got the job just sitting there. I didn't even audition. I got the job. But I wanted to audition anyway, just to show them that I knew how to dance, Anyway, but that's not the story. Getting back to Stony Brook. Now, the tuition was really cheap. For a full-time study, that would be 4 classes at 12 credits. It was only $700. And even that was difficult for me to cough up, to work for. I really struggled. But I had a job in 2 nightclubs. And the first nightclub, it was during the disco era. And the second nightclub was after that, the New Wave era. So both nightclubs, I'd work from 8 to 4:30 in the morning. 8 o'clock at night till 4:30 in the morning. And then I'd have to, it was on the weekends. It was only part-time, definitely not enough working hours to support my scholar academics. I just would not pay for enough. So my mom ended up helping me out a lot. And anyway, so one night at the disco nightclub I was working for, the waitresses and we had a lot of fun together, And one waitress and I used to go outside of working hours and go to other nightclubs and have really good time together, but I was always in my car. She didn't have a car. So we're at the nightclub where we worked one night. I don't remember. I think it was a Wednesday night. I used to work Wednesday nights, and I always hated working Wednesday nights because there wasn't a lot of people going there. The tips weren't that as good as Friday and Saturdays. So anyway, I'm there on a Wednesday night. We're standing by the bar. She's with her fiance, and we start talking. And there's some people around, And then all of a sudden, I smelled something like I didn't know. I was like, oh God, this smells like a like somebody did the nasty. And but I kept it like I just left it for a couple of seconds, just in the chance that the smell would go away, it would dissipate. But it got stronger and stronger and stronger till I couldn't take it anymore. I said, Jesus Christ, what is that stink? What are you doing to me? And with my girlfriend, and she says, Donna, what are you freaking out for? She says, she goes, I like the smell of my farts. I said, what? I'm out of here, man. Needless to say, that's the last time she was ever in my car. Again, never again would I allow her back in my car again. What a thing to say! Oh my God! I was mortified. Oh my God! She's just a little girl. She was just a little petite little girl. All right, so a couple of years after that, I ended up getting a job at a new wave club because disco had dissipated. It went out of style, so now new wave was in style, and the music was so interesting. I loved it. I'm so happy that I lived during that era of new wave, and also metal, heavy metal, the big hair. So I worked really close to my house. There was a new wave nightclub within like 2 miles from where I lived, and it was the same hours, 8 o'clock at night till 4:30 in the morning. And I was working there with one other cocktail waitress, and I used to wear these black spandex pants. Now, these black spandex pants were, I bought them at the beginning of disco era, and I used to wear them to 2001 nightclub in East Islip when it was disco, the definitely disco pants, the Lycra, But then when New Wave came around, they kind of like fit in. So I used to wear these same pants for my job. So I used to wear these pants at the New Wave nightclub. One night, and the other cocktail waitress also wore black spandex pants too. So one night we were working there, and all of a sudden my boss comes up to me and her, and he says, look, everyone wants you guys to have a butt contest. They want to vote who has the best butt behind, a behind. And we were like, really? Okay. So we had to go up on stage. The stage was like 3 feet off the ground, and everyone's cheering us on. Come on, girls, come on. So we walked up on stage, and we're looking at the audience, and they said, turn around. We had to put our backs towards the audience to show them our butts, and they had a vote. So we turned our backs, and then all of a sudden the place went completely quiet. No music, no yelling, no talking, completely dead. And I didn't know what to do. She didn't know what to do. So what I did is I jiggled a little bit. I jiggled my butt a little bit. And guess who won the contest? I did. I got a sweatshirt that said the name of the nightclub on it. So that was a lot of fun. I think about that place a lot. That was so much fun working there. The boss used to let me dance, and my other boss at the disco club used to let me dance too. It was so much fun. Well, okay. Thank you. See you later. I hope you enjoyed my show. Okay. Thank you ever so much for listening to my show and watching it and enjoying your popcorn and chips and your beverage. Okay, one last story just happened tonight. I went to the tobacconist in town to get loose tobacco, cigarette tobacco. And it's too expensive to buy packs of cigarettes, so I get the loose tobacco bags. So anyway, I go up to the counter, and probably a 20-year-old girl is behind the counter working there. Never saw her there before. I've been there quite a number of times. But anyway, so I said, yeah, she says, how can I help you? I said, let me have the Bugler loose tobacco up there on the top shelf. Let me have 2 packs, please. So she brings down the whole box of them. And the box is full of Bugler wrapped tobacco pouches. And I never see that anywhere at any time. Usually there's just 1 or 2 available. So she gives me 2, and I said, my God, you're all stocked up here. She goes, oh, yeah. So she rings me up, and she goes, I have a good one. And I said, you know something? We wouldn't exist if it wasn't for having a good one. She just smiled and turned away. And I went down to the sacred store where I heard the music years before. But the man said the music wouldn't play. God. Whatever. All right. Good night, folks. Thank you ever so much.